All right, guys, before I settle in, just doing a little bit of kind of water management, if you will. The big problem with this property is water flow. These ditches are really essential. My hands are freezing cold right now. I'm just going around the property and digging out the ditches. Whenever I get a day like this where it's not freezing, meaning the water's flowing, I like to get all the foliage and sticks and branches out of the ditches. There are two buried pipes, one on this ditchway just upstream and across the road upstream as well. So it's really vital to keep those cleared out. And when things like this roll in just from shifting mud and rocks, it's really important to get them back up just so the waterways can stay clear. What happened in, I want to say, the fall, probably the end of October, November-ish, there was a significant block from the leaves. I had to come up here and clear it out with my hands again. It was actually overflowing onto the road. So I'm glad I caught it in time to get this freed up and kind of get the water moving. So being out here and having the land basically to myself to look after, it's important to keep this stuff fixed. That way the road in and out is always accessible. Now, when I came back in this time, I had to put the Jeep in 4 low. I got out of here last time. There was a big snowstorm coming in, so I ended up slipping out, gone to see family and friends, basically came back. And I mean, you guys can see right now, the snow is starting to build up again. So being out here, living here, somewhat semi-permanent, it's important to get out when the big snowfalls come, just to get up supplies, food, water, all that good stuff, and then hopefully make it back out after the snowstorm. Getting stuck out here for 2 weeks on end is not fun, I can tell you that. But when you do get stuck out here, there's enough resources, and I've got enough things set in place that if that happens, it's usually not a problem. So being out here by myself, I don't have access to the outside world. I don't have Starlink. I don't have any cell reception. Everything I do, I make my own water, my own heat, my own firewood, everything. So, and right now I'm fighting a cold, like I was saying earlier, guys, getting really hard to talk. Need a hot drink and some neocitrin for sure. But being out here, living semi-permanently, is something I wanted to touch on. I am out here a lot on my own, by myself, all winter, doing all this stuff on my own, looking after the firewood and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I haven't been filming a whole lot on the property, is because this is my base camp of living, going out in the surrounding area, filming, and then when I do get out to go and see family, I like to hike trails, backpack, do that kind of filming, and then make my way back here to the property where I can hunker in and enjoy my own silence. So, as you guys can see, the snow's picking up. I'm just going to pick away at these waterways, get them somewhat cleared up, and head back into the workshop. I did have a casualty on a tent. I'll take you guys over there, show you guys what that's looking like. Not so good, but that's okay. I'm going to get that ripped down, put up a new tent, and we'll be all squared away with that. So, more waterways to clear out. So as you guys can see, lost a tent. Now, there's a story with this. I'm gonna sit down and explain this. Firewood's good anyways, just a little bit wet. But yeah. So, the main hot tent, not very far from the workshop, probably, I don't know, 100, 150 feet. Big old snowstorm, high winds. This thing did not last, obviously. Now, luckily, I was not sleeping in it when it happened. I was actually sleeping in the workshop with the wood stove, battened down, nice and comfortable. I didn't want to set the tent up on the Jeep because if it got really bad and I needed to move the Jeep, I wanted to be able to move the Jeep so trees didn't fall on top of it. So, slept in the workshop. As you guys can see, it was a good choice because this tent did not hold up. The center pole actually collapsed. It was a lot of wind, a lot of snow, and there was probably about 2 weeks here with Cape Breton where we got slammed and state of emergency. A lot of the places were just snowed in for days and days and days and days. That's what you guys are looking at. I was out here by myself for a good 2-week stretch, holding down the fort. This guy did not last, but I laughed when I got up that morning and came out and looked after looking at the doorway and there being, 2.5, 3 feet of snow. This guy didn't last, and I'm telling you, the snow was up and over. It looked like the tent was still standing, but it just was snow. I came over, looked at it, and I said, well, I'm not going in there. So I'm going to rip this off the deck. Not today. I'm going to wait for the snow to clear off a little bit more and get a new tent out here, set it up, and yeah, that's the story with that. So going along with the whole explanation of why I haven't been filming here, there's been a lot of challenges with the property over the winter. Number one, getting into the property. Once you get in here and 4-wheel drive low, I mean, yesterday when I came back in here after taking, a couple days off in the city, came back out here, restocked and resupplied, had to put it in 4-wheel low, and I had a winch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to get out here. Luckily, I brought a lot more gas because I almost burnt probably about a half a tank just coming up the road. Like I said, the whole driveway area is just 2 feet of snow. Doesn't look like it now because it's all like ice, but it was a challenge getting in here. The workshop roof, I should mention, was just swamped with snow. So got the wood stove burning really hot to heat up that roof. All the snow fell off, so totally protected that building. Keeping the decks cleared off too, so the weight's not too heavy on them. Just a lot of property management, being out here alone, doing all this stuff, taking care of property management, looking after the waterways, and then looking after myself as well, being able to get out, because I don't have Starlink here anymore, so being able to get out to upload videos and to get to other locations and film and upload has been very, very challenging. So that's why I haven't filmed a lot on the property. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Taking care of daily tasks, daily chores, like getting firewood, getting clean, getting food, staying warm, staying dry, looking after the property and all of these things just takes up the whole day. It's impossible to film that in the wintertime. It's just really difficult. So, and like I said, I'm sick. Shouldn't be filming today, but I am. Yeah. So came in yesterday. I'll be here for another 2 weeks most likely by myself. Just gonna chill out, hang out, take care of the property. I want to do a few more projects, so I may film a bunch of stuff out here, or I may not. Haven't decided yet, guys. I'm just looking across here, all the trees that got blown over from the windstorm still need to come down. Working a chainsaw on this stuff, especially by yourself, I mean, you slip and fall with a chainsaw, it's not good. And hard to get out here, no way to communicate people, it's just not smart. So there's a lot of things I'm not going to be doing, but I may film daily tasks, my day-to-day life out here. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comment section. But just looking around here, it's overwhelming, but listen. That's why I'm here. Peace and quiet. So I'm going to go enjoy that wood stove, get that hot drink on the go. My fingers are still burning and tingling from clearing out the waterway. My throat is getting nasty. My voice is almost gone. So let's get inside. All right, guys, good morning out here on the property. Yet again, another daily task of making coffee. So this is how I start every morning off out here. Usually the workshop, wood stove, coffee, or in the Jeep, rooftop tent, diesel heater, coffee. So this video is literally just a day-to-day lifestyle out here. I wanted to kind of make it in like a camping overnighter twist. But realistically, every day I'm out here living by myself is pretty much the same. Get up, make coffee, get that stove going, and then get cleaned up. Start the day with collecting firewood. So it is quite smoky right now. I did just have to climb the ladder again and clean out that spark arrestor. The glass is a little dirty right now on the stove from burning with the spark arrestor kind of fouled. The wood I'm burning is a mix of dry and somewhat still green damp wood. So I'm burning it strategically. I'm drying out the drier or the wetter wood and letting it bake next to the stove for quite a while. And then cycling in the dry stuff in the morning and late at night to basically have easier fires to light. So right now that took off no problem, but the spark arrestor was clogged. It's since been fixed, so it will clear up and take off. I can already see the smoke outside starting to dissipate, and the flames are starting to build up quite nice. The glass cleans itself after it burns really hot for about an hour, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, coffee routine in the morning is vital. So the workshop I've kind of turned into a kitchen this last week or so. Yeah, it's kind of the kitchen area. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of work inside. I've been doing a lot of stuff outside. Like I said, collecting firewood, keeping the water system flowing around the property, keeping the shower nice and dried out so that doesn't freeze so I can have a hot shower. All that stuff. So this time being back here out on the property, I'll be here for probably another 2 weeks straight. Now that we're coming into spring. Try not to spill this coffee. Now that we're slowly rolling into spring here in Nova Scotia, I say that because springtime really is never springtime. We always get slammed with massive snowstorms. So I planned on being here for a good 14-day stretch this time. And then I'll dip out for probably 2 or 3 days, resupply, see some friends and family, and then be right back out here again. Except next time I come back out, I'll probably stay a little bit longer because hopefully the snow will be gone and I'll be able to actually move around the property, get the chainsaw out, maybe clear off the mill, do some milling of boards and whatnot, and just keep picking away at the property. And yeah, keep filming because that's what I bought the property for, was to film videos, make content, and kind of give myself something to do. So that's the plan for today. Got to get the coffee rolling here. This stove is really interesting in the fact that it has a little hard disc top that you can actually take off, and my kettle from Pomale fits exactly in that hole to seal it off, so the flames hit the bottom of the kettle and it boils really fast. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop that off, get that on there now that the stove's actually starting to crank out some heat, and then do a little bit of a tidy up around here today because there are some stuff that's just kind of everywhere. So I want to tidy everything up and just kind of make it a little bit easier to move around here. Fire up the log splitter later on because I do have some logs that I need to split, but that'll be later on this afternoon. Yeah, so I'm just going to get some coffee going, guys. I need coffee right away. It is cold out today. It's probably about -1, -2. Not crazy cold, but colder than it has been. So definitely need this on, get that nice and hot, and hot coffee time. Alright guys, while the coffee's coming up the temp there, talk about a little bit of a mistake I made last night. Not a huge deal because I have a lot more fuel, but I actually left the blue cap off of the diesel tank heater when I filled it up last night. You guys can see the mark there. It's actually below half a tank. I had this burning last night, the night before last night, sorry, on speed 1, and I had one window unzipped, and it was nice and warm in there on speed 1, and it burned not even a quarter of a tank. Last night on speed 1, below half a tank. So it evaporated a lot. That cap was left off the whole night. Luckily it didn't rain, so no rain went in the diesel. Fingers crossed, nothing happened there. Seemed to be burning okay, so I have it on right now, continuing to heat the inside because Boomer goes in and out. I do have more batteries up there charging as well, and some wet clothing I'm drying out. Once the shop gets hot enough, I'll shut that off and transfer everything into the shop. But right now, I just wanted to touch on that I left the cap off last night and it evaporated a lot of diesel, which is a huge no-no in the wintertime. So I remember that next time. I was in a hurry. I was kind of doing stuff, filming it up, doing stuff in the shop, doing stuff in here, and totally slipped my mind. So yeah, it burned or evaporated a lot more fuel than I anticipated. So keep an eye on that. It is starting to snow right now, and this ground is just ice pellets. Last night it kind of freezing rain and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got in here when I did, because if I had to try to get in here today on the property, this long stretch of logging road would have been impossible for the Jeep. Even in four-wheel drive and the winch, this stuff is just, it's like sugar snow. You just sink in it. A truck, a Jeep, you get stuck. So I'm glad I did get in here and situated. Hopefully the forecast won't dump with snow today, because I'd like to get a few days out here without a huge amount of snow so I can kind of clear some things out of here. But as we get closer into spring, I'll be, be able to access the firewood pile over here that I have to split. I've got logs over by the mill that I've got to mill. I've got logs on the other side that got to be moved and milled. I got a brush pile here that still needs to be chipped that never got finished. I've got water drums I need to set up for water collection, and just one thing after the next. Living out here off grid, no electricity, no signal, no power, like nothing. Everything I'm doing on my own. So if I get cold, I need to make heat. If I get thirsty, I need to make water. If I need light, I need to make electricity. So everything is up to me. Boomer likes to watch, so that's always fun. But there are a lot of trees around here that I would like to get cut. Some of them are still green, some of them are dead. So I'd like to get the dead ones cut, dried out in the shop, and start burning that. Because luckily the firewood store, I haven't gone through a whole lot of firewood, honestly. I've been cutting and splitting the last, when I was here last time, I think I was gone for like 5 or 6 days. Before that, I split a lot of wood off in this area, put it inside the shop, came back, and that lasted a good 2 weeks. So hopefully this stuff will last 2 weeks. And yeah, I'll dip out of here, like I said, in probably 14-15 days time, dip out of here, resupply for a day or two, come right back. And yeah, and touching on that, I did actually mount 6 more security cameras in various locations to really keep an eye on the property, because last time my chain was actually cut at the end of the driveway. The person who cut it is on video and camera, so I got video footage and still footage from multiple angles of them coming on the property. So I did put 6 more cameras out here, and gonna keep on that, just keep monitoring what's going on out here. But the best solution for security is me being here, which is why I'm here. And this is where I live part-time. Living here part-time and working. This is my office where I work and generate revenue, money to live. So good to have this, but yeah, I have to get coffee on the go. Just wanted to touch on that really quickly before I forget, because I was standing over at the shop and saw the tank, and I am still sick, guys. Getting over this, getting over it. Hot drink after hot drink. So coffee, shower, start the day. Alright guys, gonna enjoy this hot cup of coffee right now. The wood stove is stoked up, putting out a lot of heat. Boomer's running around in the snow in and out of the shop. So basically just gonna drink this coffee and start my day. Not gonna film any of that, gonna wrap this video up right here. It's just gonna be a repeat process day after day after day. Firewood, warmth, sleep, over and over again. So we are going to enjoy this, get this guy warm, get his winter jacket on so he can run around a little bit more. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. So a little bit of the sneak peek behind the scenes, what's been going on here on the property, where I've been, what I've been doing. I've been filming a lot of videos here way back on the property, out on the ocean coast. Go to the mainland, film some videos out there as well, hiking, and just kind of been bouncing around trying to diversify my content, even though I've been here a lot. Just kind of being smart with how I record, where I record, and what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm going to continue doing this today and for the next little while. But yeah, cheers guys. That's pretty much all I got to say. A little bit of a sneak peek, like I said, bring you guys into what's going on, and that's it. So peace out guys. We will see you in the next video.